Let's talk about buying signals. Bit of an 80s phrase really, buying signals. I'm talking about verbal buying signals here, is my title, verbal buying signals. That's a bit of a take from a 1980s sales training manual, isn't it? Buying signals. Now, a buying signal is a signal to tell you that the client's doing okay, the customer's doing okay, they're enjoying the process that you're going through. And when you're doing in-person meetings with customers, it's not a difficult thing to pick this up, really, buying signals. I like to use the metaphor of a traffic light. You've heard me talk about this before. And when I'm interviewing customers, mortgage advising, doing selling, any kind of selling really, I look out for an imaginary traffic light. And on this imaginary traffic light, it has three lights, of course. It has the red light, it has the amber light, and it has the green light. Let's get the right colours this way, because we know how traffic lights work, or stop signs as they call it across the pond. And I'm looking for green signals. I'm looking for the green light all the time. That's what I'm looking for. I'm always looking out for signals, hints, verbal, non-verbal, to tell me the customer's doing okay. If I'm unsure, I'll ask them, how does that sound so far? What do you think of this conversation so far? Is this of use to you? Is this valuable? I'm always testing to make sure to tell, for the customer to tell me what's going on. I'm always looking for green. Now, this is great when you're in person and you can read body language. You just pick up somebody's attention, their face, their body. You can read these things, but on video, it's slightly difficult, isn't it? You might not have a brilliant signal. You might not even see the customer. The customer may have blanked the video for some reason, and maybe you're just using the phone, or you're on video and they're not. But their video might be very grainy. They might not be very well lit, so you can't always see what's going on or read body language. So we're looking at verbal signals. I just want to give you some ideas about what's going on really with the verbal signals. Now, if you're seeing red, then you're getting quiet signals from the customer. They're not saying a lot. They're being quieter than normal. Remember to calibrate people when you first meet them and what they normally like. If they're a right old chatterbox, suddenly 20 minutes into the fact finding, for example, they go really quiet. Something's going wrong, and it's telling you that it's red. They might be giving you sort of small reservations or small problems verbally. They might, for example, be giving you little throwaway statements along the way. They might be sort of telling you that not sure about that, or oh god, that's something that's going on in my head, or little throwaway remarks really, indicating like a red signal. So it's not difficult to pick up red signals really, but sometimes we're not sure whether it's amber or green. Obviously, if you look at their faces, it changes everything, because they're not being attentive, they're looking away, they're distracted, they might have lost eye contact with you, they might not be giving you eye contact in the first place. They might be sort of talking to their partner rather than you. So it's very easy to pick up non-verbal, it's the verbal ones as well. What about green then? What's telling you things are looking good? Well, first of all, if their voice becomes faster, more excitable, that's a green signal. That's telling you that things are looking good. If they're asking questions around the solution, so they're asking questions about the equity release you're doing for them, or the mortgage product you're doing for them, then that's always a good sort of aspect. If they sound excited, tone of voice, their voice is lifting, that generally indicates a good thing as well along the way. If they're asking more questions, if they're talking more openly to you, maybe they're talking more. You can sense these things. If you're not sure where it's amber, remember to test close. I sense a few issues in your head there, Mr. Brown, or I'm sensing you're not quite going along with this at the moment, or I'm sensing a potential problem. Can you tell me more about that? Can you talk me through your thinking? Can you tell me how you feel about this? And what are you hearing so far? All these things will actually test the water and tell you. Obviously, again, if you can see them, they're attentive, they're looking at you, they're smiling, their facial expressions are looking very positive. Because what we're looking at here is the ability of you as an advisor to pick up these signals via words and sounds alone, and that's the key. So the traffic light metaphor is quite clever, isn't it? It tells you whether things are looking good or not. Remember to test clothes though, test all the time, test the water as they say, and that will help you as your fact finding advisor.